All right, speaking of wacky and funny, it's time for Parental Guidance. Okay, so Philip Nelson, you are Parental Guidance, right? You are the one who comes on the show and you recommend a great movie that kids can watch, good for the whole family. And the reason you can do that is because you have 1,605 kids.
1,606, actually.
Really?
Yeah,
during the show, everybody?
Last week I added another, yes.
Well done.
It's great.
Okay, so so you have 4 kids.
Yes, I have 4 kids. And, you know, they're 11. I have a son that's 11 and 3 daughters that are 8, 6, and 1. So, you know, we have a range of tastes in movies in my house. But no My Little Pony, as we discussed last week. It's banned.
Thank God. Now, because the thing is that when you it is an age range, so when it's a movie rental night, you sort of have to tailor it for everybody. It can't be too adult or it can't be too kid-like.
You know, it's funny. We actually sometimes, the youngest one, we might shift time of movie night to a little later so she can go to bed, and if it's something that's a little scarier that she might not like. But my kids, they love movies, and they would like to do a movie night every night, and we have an insane DVD collection, and it's actually a lot of fun. And, you know, it's funny, as we always say, you know, the idea of a family movie is one that you can actually watch with everyone, not just a cheesy movie you put on and go wash dishes while the kids watch. And this week, we've actually picked one. I didn't pick it. My son picked it, and he's asked me since I started doing this segment to do this movie. It's one of his favorites. So the movie is actually Alex Rider, Operation Stormbreaker. And this movie is basically Mission Impossible or James Bond for kids. You know, it's very appropriate. You know, it's got a lot of action, it's got a lot of excitement, but it is a very appropriate movie for all ages. So let's go through our reviews. So in the action category, we're going to give it a 5. In this movie, there's action from start to finish, and I notice a recurring theme. I do a lot of action movies because it seems that's what my kids want to watch. But this is a 5. It's the highest action rating that you can get. In the romance category, we're going to give it a 4. There's not really any true romance, but there's some innuendo. And once again, we just want parents to be informed. So Alicia Silverstone's in it, and she's cute, and she's the guardian. She's like the housekeeper for this 14-year-old boy, and you know, little interesting looks. But it's really nothing controversial, but I'm going to give that a 4. In the language category, I'm going to give it a 2. I really don't remember any bad language in this movie, but I'm sure there might be one word, so I'm going to give it a 2. Now in Peril, this is the one where I want parents to really understand. This movie has a lot of perilous, you know, situations. The movie starts out, Alex Rider lives with his uncle. His uncle's trained him from birth to be an action junkie, you know, extreme sports, bungee jumping, skydiving, karate. And in the first few minutes of the movie, his uncle is killed and assassinated by this Russian assassin. And so, you know, there's a lot of peril. I mean, there's death in the movie. There's villains that are thrown into a tank with a Portuguese man-of-war. And so it is a very perilous movie, so we're going to give it a 5 there. Now in the adult enjoyment, I'm going to give it a 4. This movie, the first time we watched it, my son begged me to watch it with him. And my dad was with me, and my dad is, you know, he's not totally old school, but slightly old school. And he watched it with us, and he actually wanted the movie. He actually wanted to he said, this is a great movie, I love it. So it is a really good family film. It's not, most people watching this show probably have never heard of it. And, you know, so I'm saying go rent it, check it out, and I think your kids will enjoy it.
All right, give us the name one more time.
Cool. Alex Rider, Operation Stormbreaker.
All right, so great recommendation, as always, right? Whether you're here, whether you're there, it doesn't matter. It's a great recommendation.
Thank you. Well, you know, one thing I'd like from the people that are watching online and that are watching on demand, I'd like your feedback. If you rent one of these movies and you hated it, I would actually like to know, because everybody has different opinions and every parent has different hot button topics that they want or don't want their kids to see or be exposed to. So I would like some feedback. You know, we had some great feedback on my mistake of calling Hayao Miyazaki the director of The Cat Returns.
He was a producer.
You know, he was involved, but
his company.
Thanks for busting my chops. I do appreciate it. But, you know, give us feedback. And if there's movies that you think we should recommend, I'll watch them and maybe we'll recommend them. So please give us feedback.
Awesome.
It's all part of Parental Guidance, folks. Parental Guidance. Philip Nelson, well done.